And hello there again, Algebra 1A, and welcome to Adding Real Numbers today. Today, we're going to get into some of the properties of numbers. We have the additive identity and the additive inverse. The additive identity, basically, it is adding 0 to any number. Adding 0. We call that the additive identity because, say you take 5 plus 0, you get 5. It's the same thing. It's like looking in a mirror. Mirror. That's our mirror for today. Okay. Additive inverse. That is going to be our opposite from yesterday or from the other notes. Opposites. So 5 plus negative 5 equals 0. That is what we call the additive inverse. So inverse means opposites. Identity means we get the same thing on both sides. Okay, so add two integers using a number line. Again, this is kind of just redundant. It's oversimplifying, I think, the fact. But for visual learners out there, if we have negative 5 plus 7, so we start at negative 5, and if we are adding 7, we can start at negative 5. To add, we're moving 7 units. So if you have to do this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, boop, we end up at 2. Now, since we're adding, we're moving to the right. Okay? And we end at 2. And so the answer is negative 5 plus 7 equals 2. Negative 3 plus negative 4. This time, since we have a negative, we're starting at negative 3. If we're going to the left, so we're going to start at negative 3. To add negative 4, we're going to move 4 units to the left. So if you're adding a negative, we go to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So negative 7 is our answer to that one. Okay, subtraction, you might be able to do it in your head. You may not need a number line, but it's just an idea as to what we're looking at. Okay, rules of addition. Some of the rules of addition, I think this is just kind of once again, over explaining things. So we'll just actually go right into some examples. To find the sum, if you guys have a calculator, it's easy enough. Just go ahead, add the two things in your calculator. Negative 2.5. That is an important thing. The negative is right below the 3. Plus negative 4.2, and the calculator gets you negative 6.7. So really, you can just use the calculator. There's no shame in that. Your phones even have these calculators that are possible. 10.5 plus negative 15 comes out to be negative 4.5. Again, don't stress about too many of the other things. It's just about using the calculator. Feel free, take some time in the calculator if you need to. Plus negative 3 is negative 10. 9.6 plus negative 2.1 is equal to 7.5. Okay, easy peasy stuff. I'm hoping. If you do have some questions on the others, please let me know, of course. And more properties of addition. Here are some important ones, though. Commutative property. The order in which you add does not change the sum. So basically, if you have A plus B, it's the same thing as B plus A. These are very important. So negative 1 plus 3 is the same thing as 3 plus negative 1. Commutative property, the order changes. Associative property, the way you group the numbers does not change the sum. So A plus B plus C is the same thing as A and then plus B plus C. The key thing is the parentheses change. not the order. For example, 1 plus 2 plus 3 is the same as 1 and then plus 2 plus 3. So the parentheses first are around the 1 and 2, then they're around the 2 and 3. The identity property, the sum of a number and 0 is a number. A plus 0 equals the same thing as 0 plus a, which is a. So 4 plus 0 is 4. And the inverse property, sum of a number and its opposite is 0. So this is essentially negative a plus a equals 0, or negative 9 plus 9 is 0. So those properties, commutative, associative, identity, and inverse, those are properties you want to get used to. So basically, identify the property being illustrated. So what we have is the numbers switching order. Remember that if the numbers switch order, it is the commutative property. For letter B, we're adding 0. So we start with y, we look in the mirror again, we end with y. It is the identity property. Okay, take a moment, try these ones out. Critical failure. Take a moment, try these ones out, and then you can work on the homework for this lesson. This is the inverse property because they're opposites. And negative 5, the order is the same. It's the associative property for that one. Homework for that, 2.2, the odds. Good luck, good stuff.